After weeks of protests in the streets, Governor Ned Lamont says law enforcement must change now.
The governor issued an executive order that will increase diversity within the state police and change the way troopers respond.
Channel 3's Roger Suzanne joins us now live outside State Police headquarters in Middletown with the very latest details. So what do some of these changes entail, Roger?
You know, Nicole and Eric, one big thing that we want to be very clear on is that this executive order only applies to the Connecticut State Police. But Governor Ned Lamont is very clear that he hopes this leads to sweeping change throughout all police departments in Connecticut. The protests we've witnessed on Connecticut streets since the shocking death of George Floyd have made an impact. Floyd, a black man in Minneapolis, died at the hands of a white police officer. His death, along with the subsequent murder investigation and demonstrations, inspired Governor Ned Lamont's executive order. He is demanding CSP, which is currently comprised of about 80% white men, increase diversity by recruiting more minorities and women, and adding a community liaison trooper to each troop. Also, troopers will respond differently. Chokeholds are banned, and troopers will not be bystanders like we saw in the George Floyd case in Minneapolis. The governor also says at this point the state has enough military-style gear and won't be purchasing any more going forward. And in a move to increase transparency, the state will have a use of force website, which will let the public learn more about any case where a trooper decided to use force, including a gender and racial breakdown. Lamont's plan has supporters, but there are critics as well. The American Civil Liberties Union of Connecticut wants the legislature to enact more change in a special session. The ACLU says the governor's order, quote, does nothing to end police violence or racism. Governor Lamont has issued an executive order that proposes increasing policing. The people of Connecticut deserve much better than Lamont's order, which amounts to lukewarm heat and no light. But Governor Lamont believes the executive order can be a first step that leads to real systemic change.
I want a state police force. I want administration. I want judges. I want district attorneys who represent the amazing diversity of our state.
And the governor hopes that some of these changes trickle down to local police departments by the end of the year. He says it's incumbent on state and local leaders to take up this important issue right now. Reporting live in Middletown outside CSP headquarters, I'm Roger Suzanne in Channel 3 Eyewitness News.